The human nose works. Complete nose anatomy explained. Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever stopped to think about how amazing your nose really is? Every single breath you take passes through this incredible organ without you even noticing it. The human nose does much more than simply help us breathe. It filters the air, warms it, adds moisture, detects thousands of different smells, and even protects us from harmful particles and germs. Without a healthy nose, everyday life would be completely different. In today's video we are going on an exciting journey inside the human nose. We will explore its anatomy, understand how each part works, and discover why this small organ is one of the most important parts of the human body. By the end of this video you will have a clear understanding of how your nose keeps you healthy every single day. Let's begin with the outer structure of the nose. The visible part of the nose is made of bone at the top and flexible cartilage at the lower portion. This combination provides both strength and flexibility. The two openings at the bottom are called nostrils. These are the entry points for air entering the respiratory system. As air enters the nostrils, it immediately encounters tiny hairs known as nasal hairs. These hairs may seem unimportant, but they play a vital role. They trap large dust particles, pollen, dirt, insects, and other foreign materials, preventing them from traveling deeper into the lungs. This is the body's first line of defense against harmful substances in the air. After passing the nasal hairs, the air enters the nasal cavity. This large hollow space is divided into two sections by a thin wall called the nasal septum. Ideally, the septum sits in the center, separating the left and right sides of the nose. Although some people have a slightly deviated septum which can affect breathing, many people never notice it. The inside walls of the nasal cavity are covered with a moist lining called the mucous membrane. This membrane constantly produces mucus. Mucus may not seem pleasant, but it is extremely important. It traps bacteria, viruses, dust, and tiny particles that escape the nasal hairs. Without mucus, these harmful substances could easily reach the lungs and cause infections. The mucus also keeps the inside of the nose moist. Dry air can irritate the respiratory system, but the moist lining prevents this from happening, making every breath more comfortable. Another fascinating feature inside the nose is the nasal turbinates. These curved bony structures are covered with soft tissue and greatly increase the surface area inside the nasal cavity. Their main job is to warm, humidify, and filter the air before it reaches the lungs. When cold air enters the nose, the turbinates quickly warm it to nearly body temperature. When dry air enters, they add moisture to it. This process protects the delicate tissues of the throat, windpipe, and lungs from damage. The nose is also responsible for one of our most powerful senses, the sense of smell. At the top of the nasal cavity lies a small specialized area called the olfactory region. This area contains millions of olfactory receptor cells. These receptors detect tiny odor molecules floating in the air. When these odor molecules attach to the receptors, electrical signals travel through the olfactory nerve directly to the brain. Within a fraction of a second, your brain identifies the smell. Whether it is the aroma of fresh coffee, blooming flowers, delicious food, or smoke from a fire, your brain quickly recognizes the scent and responds accordingly. The sense of smell is closely connected to memory and emotion. That is why certain smells can instantly remind you of childhood, family gatherings, vacations, or special moments in your life. Your nose also contributes significantly to your sense of taste. Many people believe the tongue alone detects flavors, but that is only partially true. The tongue identifies basic tastes such as sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. However, the nose detects the complex aromas that create the full flavor of food. Have you ever noticed that food tastes bland when you have a cold? This happens because swelling inside the nose blocks odor molecules from reaching the olfactory receptors. As a result, your brain receives less information about flavor, making food seem almost tasteless. The nose also plays an important role in protecting the body from infections. Tiny hair-like structures called cilia cover the lining of the nasal cavity. These microscopic hairs constantly move in a coordinated wave, pushing mucus along with trapped germs and particles toward the throat, where they are swallowed and destroyed by stomach acid. This remarkable cleaning system works continuously every minute of every day, helping keep the respiratory system clean and healthy. Sometimes the nose needs to remove irritants quickly. When dust, pollen, pepper, or other particles irritate the nasal lining, the brain triggers a sneeze. A sneeze is an explosive burst of air that can travel at incredible speed, removing unwanted particles from the nose and protecting the lungs. The nose also helps regulate breathing. During physical activity, your breathing rate increases, allowing more oxygen to enter the lungs. The nose automatically adjusts airflow to meet the body's changing oxygen demands, making breathing more efficient. Another interesting function of the nose is its role in speech. The nasal cavity acts as a resonance chamber, influencing the sound of your voice. If your nose becomes blocked because of allergies or a cold, your voice immediately sounds different because air cannot move freely through the nasal passages. The nose is connected to nearby air-filled spaces called the paranasal sinuses. These include the frontal, maxillary, ethmoid, and sphenoid sinuses. They help reduce the weight of the skull, produce mucus, improve voice resonance, and contribute to warming and humidifying inhaled air. Sometimes bacteria or viruses infect these sinuses, causing sinusitis. Symptoms may include facial pain, pressure, headaches, nasal congestion, and thick mucus. Fortunately, most sinus infections improve with proper treatment and care. The nose also contains a rich network of blood vessels located just beneath the surface. These blood vessels efficiently warm incoming air. However, because they are so close to the surface, the nose can bleed easily after injury. Dryness or irritation. Nosebleeds are common and usually harmless, although frequent bleeding should be evaluated by a healthcare professional. Keeping your nose healthy is easier than many people realize. Drinking enough water helps maintain healthy mucus. Gentle saline sprays can reduce dryness. Avoid inserting objects into the nose and try to limit exposure to cigarette smoke, pollution, and harmful chemicals. Wearing a mask in dusty environments can also help protect your nasal passages. Good overall health also supports healthy nasal function. Eating nutritious foods, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep, and managing allergies all contribute to better breathing and a healthier respiratory system. Scientists continue studying the human nose because it remains one of the most fascinating organs in the body. Researchers are learning more about smell disorders, allergies, chronic sinus disease, and the connection between smell and neurological conditions such as Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease. Early changes in the sense of smell may even help doctors identify certain diseases before other symptoms appear. The human nose may appear simple from the outside, but inside it performs an extraordinary number of tasks. Every second it filters, cleans, warms, humidifies, and analyzes every breath while allowing us to enjoy the rich world of scents and flavors that surround us. Every inhale is carefully prepared before reaching the lungs. Every odor is translated into electrical signals for the brain. Every tiny particle is filtered to help keep us healthy. All of this happens automatically without us ever having to think about it. The next time you breathe in the fresh morning air, smell your favorite meal, or enjoy the fragrance of flowers, remember the incredible work your nose is performing every single second. It truly is one of the most remarkable organs in the human body. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the amazing anatomy of the human nose, be sure to subscribe to the channel and join us for more fascinating journeys inside the human body. See you in the next video.